Imagine a spiritual pathway that addresses your physical health, emotional frequency, mental clarity, and spiritual well-being, all in perfect harmony. This isn't just an ideal. It's the comprehensive nature of the Goddess Emergence show with Dr. Brie Gibbs, a spiritual leader, healer, and trance medium, who alongside of Goddess Bell, the creator, and other masters will share information never before released on the planet to help guide and evolve humanity, and along the way, heal the 4 dimensions of body, emotions, mind, and spirituality. This show is about true spirituality, offering a new earth narrative and effective path to well-being as it accelerates the journey of our spiritual evolution to keep pace in this rapidly changing world. Get ready to emerge the goddess within each of us, both the feminine and the masculine. If you have any questions about yourself that you have no answers to, this is the show for you. Let's emerge together and emerge better. Now here is your host, Dr. Brie Gibbs.
Welcome everyone to God's Emergence, where we emerge together, emerge better. I want to talk about a subject today, continuing on this life path that the Creator has given to us, our spiritual blueprint, whatever you'd like to call it. It's a path that we agreed to do, a journey, a contract. It's a contract we have that says, okay, you're going to come do this job, whether you are a corporate executive, whether you are a radio host, whether you're like my producer, Stefan, his job. How are you, Stefan, by the way?
Doing great, thank you.
Okay, great. I want to check on him. Okay, that's his job. Is important for people like me and Teresa and other people and Dr. Pat and the other hosts on Transformation Network to be able to bring you messages that are so important to the world right now. With all the chaos that's happening on the planet, many decisions are being made in haste. And what purpose is that? Why is the reason to look back at it? Do I want to keep looking back at the problem, or do I want to go forward? These and much more are going to be answered by Teresa and I. Is being your true authentic self who you are today. Do I have to look polished when I'm on here? Do I have to wear a suit? Do I have to be in, I mean, to be honest, I'm a t-shirt and girl jeans. And with my ripped jeans, my regular jeans, wearing jewelry, wearing not, I'm just going to be me. And that's what the Creator has wanted out of me. I thought I had to be exactly what I was told, the speaker, become this great speaker. And you know what? It screwed me up. I thought, this is wrong, that's wrong. We're told so many different things on different levels by life coaches, and I'm a life coach. But here's the difference between a lot of life coaches. Life coaching started with the spiritual community. And that's many years ago. And I got into it years ago, and way over 30 years ago. And I came from a spiritual point of it. I'm not a psychologist. I have my doctorate, yes, but I come from a level of spirituality where I don't have to be perfect, because that's not what the Creator sent us here to be perfect for. And there's so many lessons to learn out of that. I'm going to be me today. So today I said t-shirt, jeans, and my hair anyway, and be who I am. What do you think about that, Teresa?
I think it's very exhilarating, and it sure is less exhausting having to put yourself in a mold that maybe you don't feel very comfortable in.
No
Yeah.
kidding. And where do they come up with these molds, do you think?
Whoever's teaching you at the moment, or whoever puts this class together,
Great answer. Great. So,
We probably created a few of them ourselves.
and you know what? We have
Yeah.
by what we're taught.
Mhm.
So if I'm told today that you shouldn't be wearing your hair that way, or you shouldn't have said what you just said, I'm sorry, but I'm speaking my truth. And that's what the Creator and our guides are trying to teach us now. The old ways are gone. I mean, who tells someone to look back at a trauma that might have happened when you were a child or a teenager or an adult, and you put it in a box, let's say a gold box, 6 by 6, 6 inches tall, 6 inches wide, whatever. Here's any color you want, silver, whatever. And you send it and have your guides take it away. It's locked up for you to look at if you want to go back and look at it. If not, where'd they come up we had to go back and look at it all the time? What purpose did it serve? Well, I'm going to tell you what happened to me. I was told I need to look at something. I looked at it all right, and it brought back so many memories that my last show, I was dealing with it, said I had to deal with something, and that's what happened. But you know what happened out of all that? Resentment came up, anger came up, and it took the creator to get it out of my head again, out of the cellular memory, because it was no purpose for me to see that again. It was a memory that so difficult that I could not control who I was for a couple days. So, who came up with that idea? The creator didn't do it to me. I thought this person that was teaching me to do this, to look at it, it was the worst thing that could happen to me. Where'd they get that from, you think, Theresa?
I'm going to say we've just sort of learned it over a period of time, and everybody who teaches something, I think, builds on it,
Right.
puts their spin on it, and pretty soon it's like, oh, you can't heal anything unless you go deep dive into everything that's happened to you, and that's an exhausting thing to do.
Right. I
It's
totally agree.
exhausting.
I agree with you. It's like, why did they make me go looking back at something that I didn't even plan? I put it away for a reason.
Mhm.
So it wasn't their choice to bring that back up out of me. And it wasn't even approved by the creator to let that happen.
Mhm.
So people need to be careful of this stuff.
Mhm.
And so I'm bringing that out because of the damage and the hurt and pain I had to go through. And the person that causes pain is not even around me, but the memories were in the head that got reactivated. So when they do these activations, there's a lot of activations out there. I do activations, but will I activate something that's not good for them? Oh no. Mm-mm. If their guides told me it was put away for a reason, it's put away for that reason. Do you have anything you can't remember, Teresa?
Oh, I have lots I can't remember. And for a long time, I thought, oh, there's something wrong with me. I can't remember that stuff. How can I heal something I can't remember? I spent quite a long time in that loop, and it's not a very comfortable place to do. And it really just kind of really invaded my happiness every day.
I get that. I get that. And when you have that invasion
Mhm.
of happiness, it's the worst thing you can feel.
Mhm.
At least that's the way I take it. So anyway, so when someone looks back, they must consider truly what it means to follow their life path by the Creator has set us on. So the Creator did not set us for pain. We're
Mhm.
not here for feel pain. So we got that subject out of the way right now. And the thing is that when we overlook the broader journey of it all, what
Mhm.
does that truly mean? Moving forward is essential to resolving our challenges and achieving our goals. So before the show, I paid for something. Wow. And I've been excited for this one thing to get here. And then I got this email that could have knocked me totally off my game. And you know what happened? It just made me stronger. I thought, I am not going to allow this email, that this product I bought was not going to come to me. I will take care of it after the show and do it right back to them. But I was not going to let it affect this show or me or anything. I will move forward from it the proper way, the proper channels. That's how you move forward. So, first of all, I will talk to my guides about it. I won't defame anybody. I'm not going to say what the situation was. It's my journey, my lesson to learn. And is it truly my lesson, or is it the person that just took $2,000 from me not giving me my product? What do you think, Teresa?
I agree with that. Sometimes, and I suppose it could possibly be even be a joint kind of thing. initially, but when something like that continues, then there's other things at play.
Correct. You're very correct on
Yeah.
that. And there are other things that play at it, but you know what? It's still wrong. So how many more people has this happened to?
Mhm.
If you order something, let's say, I buy a lot of stuff online.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm busy here working in my office or doing things in my home and stuff. It's like, okay, I want to go ahead and buy shampoo off, whatever shampoo I buy. I'm not going to name any products. I don't have their authorization. I use good shampoo. That's all I'll say. And it doesn't come for like a month. A normal person is going to go look for it, right?
Hmm.
And if it doesn't come, what are you going to do? You're going to ask for your money back.
Hmm.
Well, and so it's not just this one issue, it's several issues that people are making decisions in haste, very hastily, without finding out the truth part of the story is. And so that is, we have a couple minutes before the break. So moving forward, like I said, is very essential. So the challenges that we have during this lifetime right now, I think that we have to look at it and go, okay, we have challenges. Now what do we do? How do we live on this earth with the challenges we have? As an entwined goddess, my emotions are a lot different than other people. First of all, I walked in this body at 3, and that's called winning the body. It's like a soul transfer. And the, the child that was in this body left, and another one came in. That's me. Okay. And then I went, okay, my parents woke up to a total different child. So now I'm entwined God's with the highest self of me inside of me. That's God's bell. And now I live on the planet now this way. It was just it's taken a year to learn how to do this properly. And it's still hard sometimes because all my emotions are heightened, all my abilities are heightened. And I'm trying to learn to live here without exploding on things, having confidence in myself, and knowing that I can live on this planet and do the job the Creator has sent me here to do. We'll talk more about this. We're going to take a short break. Back with Teresa and I and Transpersonal Radio, Goddess Emergence. Welcome back, everyone, to God's First. I'm Dr. Brie Gibbs, and you're with my co-host, Theresa Hebert. Teresa, we're going to talk about this, looking back and how it affects each one of us. Well, the first part of the episode, I brought up what happened to me. Looking back at it now, I realize that I must go forward. By going forward is by writing a letter back to the company and let them know that this action did not happen, that happened to me, and they have a choice to make. So, what do you think about that, Teresa, about making choices that will allow us to move forward?
I think that's the absolute perfect solution to things. Whatever that turns out to be, it could be something like the product that you're talking about, or it could be just an event that happened to you a long time ago that you're making a choice to say, I'm not going to play that over in my head all the time. It could be something like that too. It'd be really any number of things that are that you keep reliving, or you're giving some energy and life to, and it just keeps
Exactly.
it alive, and it just keeps rolling.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, cut in like that.
yeah,
But you're right. When you keep feeding that energy,
yeah.
it keeps going on and on and on. And we don't want to do that. We want that to go forward. And so feeding the energy of this situation, how I'm going to take care of it is through legal processes.
Mhm.
I could go ahead and type back a nasty letter and say, okay, this blah, 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 right? Not nasty, but, very
Mhm.
firm letter. But it's not necessary. Um, I rather do it through the way of a legal process that will make me happy and them happy.
Mhm.
So anyway, and legal process also can go through your guides and the creator's guides. That's one thing I want you to know. I have had my guides and the creator handle things for me that I could not handle.
Mhm.
So all of them are here to help us. Master Jesus, um, the angels, Merlin, I can name them all, Saint Germain. Whoever your guides are, talk to them. Let them know the situation that you're in so they can help you. Don't do anything in haste that can cause you damage emotionally, physically. Let's start with the physical, the emotional, the mental, spiritual. Do not allow that to happen. All right. So the negative result of this an issue can be affect your health, and the emotional part upset you. And did it upset me at first? Yes. Third, the mental part, did I allow it to go mentally into me? Nope, I stopped it right there. It didn't hit the spiritual by then. And why I stopped before it hit the mental was because it would have affected me negatively, and this could have affected the show. So this is a great thing that just happened, actually, to help bring on the topics of making a decision in haste.
Mhm.
All right. How to resolve the issue? Any issue you may be having. I don't care what it is, with your husband, with your own self, with neighbors, friends. Deal with the issue with kindness and love. There is always a way that, how do I say this? Positive action brings a positive result. It may not be the result you want, but it will bring a positive result no matter what you do. I won't take that away from myself, and I would believe in that also.
Mhm.
So how do you feel about that, Teresa?
I agree. I think there's kindness matters. And we're saying that a lot these days, but what does that really mean? It means kindness really matters when something goes wrong in your life and you need to correct something. Either it's just something someone said or whatever it is. If you don't stop and think about kindness, you're going to knee jerk react the same way it came at you,
Right.
typically. So it's so important to slow down. And I'm learning that. It's probably one of my bigger lessons this year of learning what does it really mean to slow down? Because most of us don't think we move that fast, right? But really we do if we don't stop and think about how we choose to respond to things. And it could be something just really simple, or it could be just an ongoing problem, with service providers that you have that come to your home and maybe don't do the best job or send the right person. That happens a lot. How you go back and respond to that company matters.
Mm-hmm.
Really does matter. I never give out negative reviews, for example. That's just me. I don't do that because I don't think that's the way that you fix things. You try to fix them sometimes behind the scenes. But so I agree with that. I think you get a much better outcome.
Right. So in my instance, I'm going to deal with now, later on today or tomorrow, after I talk to my guides, um, I will handle it properly.
Mhm,
I do not give negative reviews out either. I
mhm,
don't think it's necessary. If you don't like a product or whatever, you don't like it.
mhm,
Okay? Leave it alone. Because you're hurting them and you're making yourself be just as bad as the product or the person handling or representing someone.
mhm,
They're not hurting. Let's see, how I said it. Let's say I have you go out and do a seminar for me.
mhm.
Okay. You're representing what the creator has taught me to teach you and others.
Right.
Okay. So if you make that mistake and somebody puts a negative review on it, it's going to make that person look bad, not the person who did the seminar. It comes back on, let's just say me, right? For what I teach.
Mhm,
Okay. So I've learned some new skills lately on bringing in stone energy into my hands.
mhm,
So I do, and crystal energy. So I do not have to buy every crystal out there, which, I have a lot of crystals, believe me, and stones. But now I've learned this new way to work with them, in which I'll be teaching many people on that. And in the life coaching that I do, I'll also be teaching that with people. But the one thing I want to bring up right now is I want to talk about the ocean.
mhm,
I think this is really important. It's planet work and why we call it planetary work.
mhm,
The oceans are filled with garbage.
mhm,
There is inside, this I found out from my guys, like a whirlpool in there, a cyclone. That is sucking down plastics, aluminum, all the garbage that's hitting the planet right now that we take over overseas, wherever they dump it. When I found this out about the cyclone, I thought, nah, this is a perfect show to talk about it also. Because when we make decisions in haste and do not recycle properly, use plastics, whatever we do, cardboard boxes that come from different places that we buy from Amazon, let's just say, wherever you buy your products from. Recycling right now is so important to the ocean and to this earth. I can't say that strong enough. There are many species that are thousands of years old living in the ocean right now that need our help. Because I was told by one of my guides in 45 years, if we do not make a change, there will not be fish for us to eat or consume. I'm very serious about this right now. I have a friend that's very environmental. That's all I'm going to say for now, and I'm not going to say who. He's very well known. He has been fighting for this, keep plastics out the products everywhere out. And he's right. When I spoke with my guide about this and heard that we may not have the fish that we purchase from Alaska or out of the sea, wherever we get it, the stores, wherever. It's not going to be available to our children, grandchildren, or other people. Just if you think of yourself, Teresa, you love salmon just like I do. Think about that being gone.
Yeah. What kind of
Because,
legacy are we leaving?
right.
You know?
And we're in the great shift of consciousness right now, which is a major shift. And I can't bring that up enough because that's what I'm here for. And the earth is changing. It's a polar reverse that's happening on there. The climate control, all of it is happening right now. Wondering, why don't we have this hot summer? Why don't we have this? Why is the winter so light? Because the earth is changing. And one person asked me, why are all these negative things happening on the earth right now? Do you know why? Because it needs to come up to the surface. So light workers, planetary workers, all of us that work in the light are here to help get rid of it.
Mhm.
So you may not like what someone's doing. You know what? I have to say I'm not a part of it and get off your behind and do the job that the creator sent us here for. I've been told that directly. Get off your behind, and it was not quite said that nicely. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and do the job you were sent here to do.
Mhm.
Now, this guide is very firm with me and very loving, but I'm not going to mention his name right now till I have permission for this, and I can feel him in the room with me right now. I'm sorry, I want to start laughing because I have a couple other guys kind of giggling behind me right now and in front of me. And it's like, you know, are you going to stay there in that bed or are you going to get up and exercise? So I was asked yesterday, I said my legs were hurting yesterday really bad. And did you exercise? Nope. Did you take a walk? Nope. Why? My legs were hurting. Well, honestly, if I probably would have exercised or taken a walk, I would have felt better. Okay. So the point was very well taken. And I fell asleep on my guy as he was talking to me. So it's okay. But here we go. Anyway, so we have 2 minutes before the break. I'll get something real quick. The concrete actions that we take to heal the environmental issues, what could they be? What's the one thing we could do that stick in our memory that we do every day? Recycle.
Mhm.
Don't throw garbage out
Mhm.
in the grass.
Right.
How easy. I live on a corner.
Mhm.
I get out of the car, there's garbage out in the front of my house, right? A lot of people just walk by, I pick it up and throw it away.
Mhm.
I don't want it in my yard. not want an environment because it will just go down into the earth. And I don't want, want it in the earth where there's all the minerals and everything that we need to live with, the oxygen, everything, right? So I'm not going to send it down to God's Gaia and say, okay, she can take care of it. Or the next person walking by can pick it up. That doesn't happen. So those are the things that we can take with us right now. And it's really important that we look at that also. Your environment. Let's see. Quit cutting down trees so we have more oxygen.
Yeah.
I'm always put that out there, Teresa.
Well, that's
So,
where we get our oxygen, isn't it? We cut the trees down, we're gonna have a hard time breathing.
so they come up with that. Like I need to put new siding on my home, so they come up with all the fabrications of other products. It's real simple to use,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be plastics either.
It's about making the choices, isn't it?
It is. So we're right back with Teresa and I and God's Emergence and my producer Stefan. Bye. Welcome back, everyone. So going forward, and what does it truly look like for me? Going forward is with spirituality. Going forward is love. Going forward, knowing that any situation can be changed into a positive. If I don't look at it that way, I could lose my ever loving everything. I'll just say it that way. What was I supposed to say? This show is about being yourself, your true authentic self, and what the Creator says here to be and to this journey. So, Teresa, if we go forward looking at everything in a positive way, what will that do to the planet?
I think it's going to change the energy almost overnight, right? The more positive you think about things, if you really do this, you're going to start finding more positive things in your life. It really does work. But you have to make that choice that kindness matters, that everything matters, and that there's harm to none. I know we say that all the time, but it truly is about harm to none, including ourselves. Start practicing it. It's not the easiest thing to do in the beginning because there's so much stuff on the planet that's hitting us, whether you're watching TV or shows or that, and it's not really very nice. It's
You
just
know, I'm
kind, you know?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm kind of, I am sorry for that, but I do interrupt.
Oh,
Here's the thing. I'm watching this TV show called Suits, right?
okay.
I love it. The stuff they're doing on there. And I'm going, oh gosh, I could use that for a show.
Mhm.
So I understand that situation totally, right?
Yep.
It's like, okay, I get that. And I love the lead actor in it, right? And it's like,
Mhm.
man, he made the show, right?
Yep.
And I never saw it when it was on TV. So I've been
Watch it
watching on
again.
right on Netflix. So I haven't fun. But I'm going, I like that show.
Mhm.
You know, sure they do some really underhanded things, right? But then I started thinking, what kind of underhanded things have been done to my clients before I got them
Mhm.
and what they were taught. So one thing I'm gonna tell you is if someone tells you you cannot have your gifts if you do not follow their program, they are wrong.
Mhm.
Your abilities are there, they're in your cellular memory, and the only one that can stop your gifts from coming forward is yourself and the creator.
Mhm.
I need to make that clear right now. I've had a couple students come to me and said, if I don't stop this certain thing I do, I was told I cannot see or I can't hear because I'm doing this.
Yeah.
That is not true. That is only up to the creator. So going forward, know that it's everything you need is inside of you and accessible to you. You go into the cellular memory, go into the conscious, and look at that blueprint. If you have that feeling, you know you saw something, go with it.
Mhm.
If you have that feeling to say what's on your mind, you say it kindly now, but
Mhm.
say what's on your mind going forward. If I want to look at my house and say, okay, the siding needs to be replaced, it's an older home. I inherited my home, so it is older. It's a 1907 home. The thing is that it does need replaced. It has a newer siding than 1907, but I'm just using that for an example, right? But the thing about it is that going forward, what kind of product am I going to use on this home? One that does not hurt the environment, does not cut down trees, does not use plastic. That's important. So I was put in here, explain the situation, such your own experience. Well, I've done that already today a couple of times, and let someone know what it felt like. So if you go through an experience that does not feel good to you, do you have a right to confront that person, Theresa?
I think you have a right to fix the situation, whether it's confronting a person, or I use the word confront, but I think you have every right to fix it with the principles we're talking about around kindness
Yes.
and positivity,
Mhm.
because otherwise, if you don't, I think you just keep it alive and it just goes and goes. I
Right.
think it'll end if you don't.
Right. So the next thing I want to talk about is finding the confidence to move yourself forward.
Mhm.
Having confidence in yourself is very important. Looking at yourself and saying, okay, I can do this today. If you find that you don't know how to get out of a situation, use that inner light that you carry inside of you
Mhm.
in the third chakra, our power center.
Mhm.
Shine your light outside your body. Know that you are a beautiful being. Know that you're a love and you are love. Know that you can create and change a situation without harm to none or to others, as Jesus said before.
Mhm.
And she's a big thing about saying no harm to others, and we all should be saying that, which I'm going to take note of that right now. I don't want to harm anybody for what I'm saying today. I'm just speaking truth. What I will take care of the action is it was love.
Mhm.
Not the kind of love that is a physical love, a spiritual love and emotional love that will give others the chance to rectify the situations.
Mhm. Don't you think
So,
it's a love that teaches also,
yes.
rather than pound somebody and then they don't learn anything,
Hmm.
don't learn to make different choices?
I agree. Yes. I think that if you use spiritual love, you can't help but teach a person love.
Mhm.
If you use toward anger,
Mhm.
that's not what Creator wants us to do either. But can we solve the situation? Yes, no matter what it is. You can walk away from it, which I may just do.
Yeah, it's a choice. Mhm.
Right. And we have free will. So with the free will that I have, after speaking with my guides, I'll make the correct decisions. That's what's right for me.
Mhm.
Not for what somebody has done to me. That's out of a certain person's hands.
Mhm.
You know?
You talked about having help. We have all the information we need inside ourselves. We, have our own information, our own intuition, and our own wisdom, but we also have our guides too.
Right.
We can use all of that before we move forward in, situations that are a little more complex.
Right. So this is a complex situation that I'm in.
Yeah.
And so I will be speaking with my guides and the creator and everybody else and saying some darn good prayers to be able to rectify the situation. But at the same time, I'm looking at things and moving forward. And moving forward is if I have to let the situation go for my own physical, emotional, mental, spiritual self, I will just let it go.
Mhm.
It will not affect me to the point where I give up.
And don't you
Uh,
think this is a huge part of the great shift in consciousness of what we're here to learn and grow and teach?
Yes. Yes, this is a part lesson of the Great Shift Consciousness.
Mhm.
So this is not just happening to me. This is happening to a lot of people right now. Where the situation is concerned. I'm not going to bring it out because I'm not going to defend nobody. I'll just say that. The thing about it is that when these situations of evil, I'm going to say the word evil, I'm sorry, but come up from the surface, is how are we going to react to it?
Mhm.
Is there negativity out here? Of course there is. Are there different groups of different people beliefs? Yes. But when a client of mine asks me why this is happening, it's because we're in the great shift of consciousness. The world is changing into another dimension, and this world will change. People ask, what happens when the world changes? What's going to happen with money? It's not going to matter. Everything we will be provided for us. It's in the, let me bring this up. Kahu Fred Sterling, that was my mentor and a great, great spiritual leader, wrote the book, The Great Shift of Consciousness. In that book has everything you need to get through this. We've spoken about the 3 days of darkness before, which I'll be speaking on again. And in that 3 days of darkness, you just lay down, go sleep, wake up a couple minutes later, sorry, guys, just saw 5 minutes to break. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, in the 3 days of darkness, you'll feel tired and you will just fall asleep. You'll wake up to a brand new earth that will be more positive and healthy for us. And you can't buy yourself into this one.
Mm-mm.
It won't matter. I'm excited for it personally. I can't wait for it to happen. I wish it could happen tomorrow.
Right.
But there's some things that have to happen before it can.
Mhm.
And what do you think that could be, Teresa? We got 5 minutes left before we take a break.
We all have to, well, we're all learning and growing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got to get there. And we're not all on the same page and we're not all at the same level. Um, so it's part of evolving our soul too. You
Right.
know, we're learning how to be kinder and we're
Mhm.
learning about what true love is.
Right. So I've learned from my guides
Mhm.
this really cool thing. They yell at me. They actually yell at me. What's wrong with you, goddess? You got it inside of you.
Mhm.
Why did you make this decision? This was wrong. Or I don't like your attitude today. This happened during this last week. Okay. But you know what? Creator came in and did a shift pattern for me so I could get rid of that anger that was inside of me because I remembered something I didn't want to remember.
Mhm.
So now your guides will tell you when you're wrong if you really listen to them. Hmm.
Mhm.
And you know what? I have a conduit in my house that brings the guides through for me. Oh gosh.
No escaping it for you.
No, no, there's no escaping it. I wouldn't want to escape it anyway.
Mhm.
Because
It's
I
a
agreed to do, here's the thing, is I agreed to do this journey for the creator
Mhm.
to bring his information through. So would I change anything that I've gone through? No. With the entwinement that I went through to be able to be who I am and represent the creator and the goddesses and other beings such as Master Jesus, let's just say, um, Master Moron, whatever I want to say right now. There's a lot of them that I get messages from, and they are very kind and loving. But at the same time, I've been shocked about what they've said to me and going, wait a minute, we talk like that here. I didn't think they talk like that. Okay, I got the point. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. So why is it essential to always look forward, Teresa?
Don't relive it. Don't relive it. Don't keep creating that same old energy. And you're not going to evolve if you just stay in place.
Right. So today, wearing a t-shirt, my hair looking the way it is, and me just being my true authentic self, the creator sent here to do a job, is why I'm doing this today. And I'll be doing it in the next show and every day of my life, living the path and walking it, not just talking it, but walking it and doing my journey. So again, like I said, I want to talk one more time about the oceans. Not having seafood in 45 years, the fish will not be here if we do not make a change. So there are other environmental groups out there. If anybody would like to get involved with the environmental groups that would like to help, contact me at drbriegibbs.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Google me, get a hold of me. It doesn't cost nothing to have a 15-minute chat with me on Zoom. I'm saying that. Next thing is I want to let people know that I am going to start doing my coaching now and taking clients, and you're all welcome to come. And my prices are up, and we'll go from there. And let's see, what else I'll get in here real quick. Before I take a break, Teresa, I think I want to talk about, oh yeah. And guess what? I'm gonna start taking call-ins for people too. All right, we'll be right back with Teresa and and our producer Stefan and Transfer Talk Radio. Hi everyone, we're back Teresa and A life path journey. Can the agreement be changed with the creator? Yes, it can be. If you decide this journey is not for you and you want to make a change, yes, your guides and the creator can change it upon your request if it's approved by the creator. Some things that need to be changed in my own life path journey, and I'll tell you my spiritual blueprint. I like the Ghazi Rasa life path. I love that one. But we're going to stick with the spiritual blueprint that people understand more. So each one of us are born with one. Can it be changed? Can you get off your path? Yes. And off that journey and get right back on it. We all fall off of it at times, but can you change something? Yes. Not something that you've done, but that's something that you want to go forward with that you thought of. Wait a minute, you have this aha moment. I want to work on that ocean, but yet I'm a corporate executive. How can I do this? How can I change my career? I put in 20 years of job. I only have 5 more to go. Can I change it? Just what do you think? Can you change it?
Yes, you have
You,
choices. I mean, we have choices. Yes,
so,
you can.
right. So you were, I don't mean to do this to you, but you were in corporate and you decide to retire early.
Mhm.
Okay. What made you decide that?
Um, let's see, let me put this kindly. I felt like I needed to go do something different and pursue my true passion, which was spirituality. I felt like I'd gone as far as I could go with that, and I wanted to make a different kind of difference, just for me. And I wanted to go have fun. You know, I had worked hard. I started working at a very early age, and I never took a break. And I just felt like I wasn't making enough of a difference. That was important to me, you know, and I wanted to do that. So it was time. I felt like I was treading water, and I was
I,
having the same kind of energy exchanged with people day in and day out. And I just didn't want to do that anymore.
you just brought up energy exchange, and
Yeah.
that's so true. When you're doing a one-on-one session with somebody, or even like what we're doing today, talking and doing a show, there is an energy exchange
Mhm.
that's happening. So I get that. So, and yes, we can change things in our life. I've done it. There's things you could do. Let's say you want to do your nails different, which I did yesterday. That's a change. And you pay for it and you do an energy exchange that way, right? But there's also another way of doing an equal exchange is by caring about somebody enough to stand up for them.
Mhm.
I'm big on that.
Mhm.
You know, the one thing is that during this gracious conscious, I want to talk about the homeless. I am tired of people downgrading the homeless. And you know what I found out? A lot of the people in that are homeless are of the light.
Mhm.
I just found that out. I judge anybody for who they are or how they live. But the man in the corner, the woman in the corner, the child in the corner,
Mhm.
and I'm saying child could be in their 20s because I'm much older. I'm going to put that out there, how old I am, but I'm much older. That child that's 20 on the corner, homeless, is a child of the light.
Mhm.
That means the Creator's light, the Christ light, the God's light. When are we going to take responsibility to help them? It's real simple to go down and say hello. It's real simple to love them and show them love. That doesn't mean you have to give them a hug. Does not mean you have to give them money, but show them compassion, please. I'm begging you. They need our help. You don't know if they are an incarnated angel or an incarnate God or an incarnate master of some type. They're trying to teach you a lesson and show you some humbleness, and you may be worth millions of dollars. That doesn't matter to me. What matters is that you're kind to other people. There's plenty of places you can donate to help the homeless. So that I want to get out there. As you change the spiritual blueprint, it brings in the kindness into you and the love into you that you will not ever forget. As for the last year, what I went through to entwine God's spell with me, I felt a change in me. That one, I lost weight. Two, I got healthier. And three, I became the person I am today. I will not change my experience for nothing. It took a year to settle it all in properly. But that was partly because this has never been done before. I was like a guinea pig,
Mhm.
if you want to say it that way, but I'm a very special gift that the Creator gave me to be able to bring Belle through. And she'll be coming out soon. I had to have some mind thought patterns shifted so this could happen. When I was asked to do this journey, it was not something that I thought, oh, I'm just going to come out here and do today or the other day. It took time for this to happen. And now I'm ready to do the journey of what I was asked to bring here. So just not here to do the work for the creators. All right, here we go. Bringing up the great shift again. I'm not going to stop today because all the chaos, the negativity, the evil, the gossiping, all of it is all part of bringing it all to the surface so we can help other people get through the shift to the new dimension that we will be on. That will be full of love and light and laughter and joy that we've all been waiting for a very long time. I know I have. Sorry. I get
Well, we
emotional
all
here.
wanted to be here to witness this and to help,
Mhm.
You
Many
know,
of them.
just say that, compassion and the kindness and empathy we're talking about toward each other, regardless of your financial situation or whether you're homeless or not, that is not a political situation. It is about love, about the true meaning of love.
Right.
And so you're seeing a lot of the politics around that to surface so we can look at that and say, we need to do something different so we
Right.
can see it for what it really is.
And you know what? You're really true on that. So it doesn't matter. But here's the thing. I'm going to say this right now. That millionaire could be the most miserable person
Mhm.
in his life right now.
Often is.
Money doesn't buy happiness.
No, it doesn't.
I know that for a fact. Money does not buy happiness. A child that grew up with not wanting one thing. I had everything. And you know what? It didn't bring happiness. I got buying more and more and more and more and more would bring happiness. It didn't do that. What brought happiness to me was the love and find out who I truly am. And I'm happy for who I am and what I do and what's given to me. So let's get back to this. With the change that's happening on the earth rapidly right now, we need to slow down our decisions. We need to slow down what we do every day and make our decisions properly. And I will continue to do that as we slow down. So in the morning, when I wake up in the morning, what happens to me is I grab my coffee, I sit on my couch, listen to my music I'm on Spotify also, so it was Spotify. And I sit there and I listen to it and I enjoy the day. My morning. It may take me 2 hours to get moving. I don't care. I'm going to take it slow. That's the one thing the creator told me is you're living life too fast. Slow down. When I started slowing down, I started seeing the person I am, what I need to take care of in my own personal life and journey. And Teresa, you're going through the same thing right now also.
Mhm.
And when you
Yes.
go, so as you're going through that, what's that doing to you?
I am so much happier. I'm at the happiest I've ever been. And somebody would look at me and go, how can you be happy with the world the way it is? Well, I am, because I understand why it's happening, but I'm happy. I mean, I choose to be happy every day, working in my garden and helping people and doing all the different things that I do. And it's only because I've learned how to slow down. I
Right.
don't want to miss any of it. I'm not getting any younger. I don't want to miss it.
Well, that's one thing I wish our creator could let us go back about 10 years.
Yeah, put me back at 30, please.
Hey, I'll take 45 right now.
I'll go for 30.
But yeah, so yeah, that's not going to happen. I wish it would, but I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, we don't have 2 minutes before the show ends. Live life to its fullest. Be joyful with yourself. Accept yourself for who you are. And if you want to change something, get a hold of your guys. Say some prayers to the Creator and say, Creator, hear my words. I need to change this in me. And the Creator will send the proper guide to you. And maybe talk to your own guys and say, hey, help that person on this journey, on his or hers. Now, like I've said before, this show is just not for women, it's for men. I call it the Goddess Emergence for a reason, because 2 goddesses merged into one physical body. That's mine. Teresa, you're an incarnate goddess also.
Mm-hmm.
You walked in that body.
Mm-hmm.
You won the body. You're here to represent the goddesses also, just like I am and others are. So when you today go in your kitchen and make your dinner, know that recycling anything you're using so it does not hit the ocean. When you're done, you know you've done the right thing. Please recycle. I can't say that strong enough. Those species in the ocean do not deserve this. And in 45 years, I don't want to see this planet with no fish.
Let me add just one thing to that, if I could. We talk about, the harm that we do the oceans, but it also is very important what we put into our lands.
Yes.
What we spray our food with, what we spray our trees with. Be very careful with that because it can be harmful and everything washes into the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So be very aware of that as well. So recycling everything is really important, but take a bigger picture of it and just start to make some changes because they're not hard to make.
No, they're not hard to make. So anyway, I'm losing my earbud. Okay. Oh, I'm going to take that out. Anyway, we're about done with show day. Thank you for joining us on the Goddess Emergence with Theresa Hebert and myself. And know more about me, go to drbreegibbs.com. 15-minute free consultation. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to run this real quick before we end the show. And just take care. And God bless everyone. Thank you for being here. We merge together, merge better. Have a good evening.
Thank you for listening to the Goddess Emergence Show with Dr. Brie Gibbs. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 2 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to experience spiritual pathway that addresses your physical health, emotional frequency, mental clarity, and spiritual well-being, all in perfect harmony. This isn't just an ideal. It is the comprehensive nature of the Goddess Emergence Show with Dr. Brie, a spiritual leader, healer, and trance medium who, alongside the Goddess Bell and the Creator, offer messages from the masters never shared or released on the planet. Beyond the show, Dr. Brie offers individual and group sessions at drbriegibbs.com. That's drbriegibbs.com. We hope to see you next time.